One of the main keys to success at anything in life is awareness. You got to be aware of where you are and where you want to be. And you got to know what is the gap in between and how to bridge this gap. I'm Coach Paz Goldman. In today's session, I'm going to help you with 4 questions that you need to ask yourself. This is self-reflective questions that will raise the level of awareness, raise your level of awareness as to where you are, where you want to be, what's going on. You're going to absolutely love it. Without any further ado, let's jump into the first one. By the way, number 3 will shock you, will surprise you. First question goes like this. If everyone adopted your daily habits, would society thrive or collapse? Just think about it. If everybody woke up at the same time you do, of course, this is just hypothetical. It's not something that can actually happen. But just think, if everybody acted like you, would society thrive or collapse? If everybody were as disciplined as you, or as lazy as you, if everybody ate as you, or drink, or smoke, or engage in all kind of vices, work out like you, like what? Just look at this as a whole. Look at yourself as a leader. Us as men, we're leaders, natural born leaders. And we're here to lead our people into safety, are the women and the children, to keep them safe and happy. Now, because the life of a man, it's not about himself at all. I always say that. So ask yourself, what kind of example am I? This is an additional bonus question that you can ask yourself. What kind of example am I? If a filming crew was just going and filming the entire day, what would they see? What would they see? Who would I be? And more than that, if your life was a silent movie, who and people watching the silent movie, how would they categorize you? What would they think about you just based on your actions, no words, energy and actions? Think about that. This is a very deep question, and maybe you need to pause this video and think. And I hope that when you watch my videos, you stop in the middle, because this is where you're integrating. When something that I say, boom, hit you. This is what I want for you. Because if you are listening to me and you don't pause, you just regurgitating these things that I'm saying, it doesn't really get through to your subconscious mind. It gets through to your subconscious mind when you stop and you think. When I read a book, I stop a book almost every page. I need to stop. I can't read more than a page because I need to stop to take it all in. You got to take it all in. So I hope that also when you are listening to podcasts and stuff like that, you stop. This is where you can integrate. The next question goes like this. If the you from 5 years ago met you today, would they feel inspired or disappointed? That's a very, this question is just goes pierced through your heart, didn't it? Right. Now, look at yourself 5 years ago. Revisit who you are today. See, are you happy? Are you disappointed? Are you excited? Are you what? Inspired? That's a very important thing. If you're not, it's time to make changes for your next 5 years. That the next version of you in 5 years see you and say, oh, this motherfucker nailed it. Because if you're not progressing in life, you are regressing. And I made a video about this, I think, just a few days ago. In life, we're either progressing or regressing. There is no stagnation. There is no also good, bad, positive, negative. Nothing is good or bad. It really depends on the person who sees that, right? Nothing is good or bad. For, let's say, I'm trying to think of a good example, but another one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know what you get the point. So it really depends. The good and the bad, it depends on who is watching. It depends on the perspective. So it's not absolute. It's not obsolete. So in your life, you need to see, is it progressive or regressive? Does it get me closer to who I want to be, what I want to have? the person I want to become, or it's regressive. It's very simple. Once you realize that, once you are engaging in progressive activities every day, you realize that you're happy. You realize that you're content, you're fulfilled. When you're not, this is where you fall into depression. This is when you're resting too much and you know that you rested too much. You need to act more. Depression is basically, my definition of depression is lack of action with very shitty self-talk. So you don't do shit and you talk shit about yourself. And that will cause you to be depressed. Now, what is motivation? Motivation is simply acting and having a very savage positive self-talk. Set to. That's it. It's done. Think of that. Next question, number 3. The one that you've all been waiting for. Drum roll. Boom. If you had to prove right now that you're actively working towards your goals, what tangible evidence could you show? If you work on your fitness, if you work on something, I want to see like a finished product, improved skills, or even simply daily progress tracker. If you're moving towards your fitness goals, what can you show? I mean, you can show a gym membership, but what can you show that you are actively pursuing that? If you want to become a coach, online coach, do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have an online presence? What are you doing? Do you write your book right now? Do you work on a program? Do you write more content? Like what it is that you're really doing that progressing you? And everything, I think in my channel, the 1% Mindset, will come back to progressive actions or regressing. That's it. That's life. Life is all, by the way, the life force energy, it's always moving forward. Life never moving backwards. A tree will grow as far as it can. A man needs to grow as far as he can with a proper nutrition for the mind, for the body, for the soul. It will grow just like a tree. It will grow if it gets enough sun, gets enough water, it will grow. So you're not a tree. This is what I wanted to say. You can grow as much as you can and even more than you think of when your heart is in the right place and you are progressing. You're probably sick and tired of hearing me say progressing, regressing, right? But it is what it is. This is true, and you know that. Next question, number 4, last but not least. What would you do differently if you knew that no one would judge you? Maybe you pursued art instead of corporate job, or speak your mind without fear. But what would you do differently if you know no one can judge you? And let me tell you, my friend, no one can judge you. It's only your perception. Because once you're starting doing something, the amount of people who actually pay attention to you are so small that it's ridiculous. Now on my channel, I have like 60 subscribers. 60 people see what I do now. That's it. And the people who see it, they like it, you like it, and I love you for that. Thank you. That's it. So the people who judge you, who will judge you? People who judge you will judge you for a minute and then gone. But your people will stay with you. So who cares about the people who judge you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. People that judge you is people that want to be in your position. Because people that are doing better than you will never judge you for what you're doing. They will always support you and encourage you. People who do worse than you, they will critique you and try to bring you down to their level. People that are doing better than you will pull you up. People who are doing worse than you will pull you down. This is for judgment. I don't care when people judge me or telling me your English sucks. I was like, okay, how's your English? And the people who tell me this, my English suck, it's Israeli people, because I'm an Israeli, in case you didn't know. It's Israeli people that watch my channel and says, your English sucks. And then I go to their channel, they don't even have a channel, or to their Instagram, and I was like, ooh, you don't even speak English, motherfucker. So you see, people who are doing worse than you will always critique, and yeah, they will judge. But people who are doing better than you, never. And Israeli people that have big following, big YouTube channels that also speaks English, They tell me, man, I see your effort, crushing it. So judgment, it's perception, only in your head and in your heart. So when you are doing work on yourself and you loving who you are and you're aware of where you are and where you want to be and you're progressively realizing your goal, your visions, other people just becoming background noise. They mean nothing. They mean everything, but they mean nothing at the same time. The people who mean nothing needs to be the people who try to bring you down. The people who mean everything is the people that walk with you, cheer you on, and on your corner. You need to discern. You need to know who to listen to, who not to listen to. You need to know whose opinion matters and whose opinion not. The people whose opinion matters, it's people you want to be like. People whose opinion does not matter is people you don't want to be like. Even if it's your family or your friends, if you don't admire their position in life, don't take their advice. You learn how to discern. I love it. You learn how to discern. As you move through life, you just learn it. But you need to move through life. You need to let it hit you. You need to take it like a man, like a woman. But you need to take it and you need to grow from it because everything in life happens for your soul evolution. Nothing happens to you. Everything is happened for you and through you. You're just a vessel. When you look at yourself as such, life becomes much, much simpler and you don't take things too seriously or too personally. You just say, it is what it is. I'm going to do the best with what I have right now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you again in the next one.